Here we have Tano against Seaman. Seaman still Dimir Midrange. Tano is playing Esper Blink. Dimir on the play. It's a keep for both. Turn 1, Thoughtseize. It's a very difficult Thoughtseize because basically this hand is Thoughtseize proof so far. Let's say that the biggest threat is Riddler, of course. Tano proposed to Seaman to write down the cards in order for him not to have them in display on the battlefield. Esper Blink is taking it slowly, surveilling for one card. Keep top. And another Thoughtseize. This was probably unpredicted. And the second Riddler is gone. One of the most difficult cards to handle for Dimir, probably. Land past the turn. And there we go. Pass the turn as well. The two are talking about how easy is this race to win for Esper Blink, while the other one is talking about that shadow he could play. Preordain. After two Thoughtseize, it's good to have something to draw and adjust the hand. Land pass. Fetching for Esper Blink. Surveilling. Let's say that after this disruptive start, getting two Thoughtseize, you need to get something good to draw. Graveyard. And another land. Island passing the turn. Actually, all the full art lands from Edge of Eternities are very, very super nice. Maybe the island is the only one not very exceptional, but still good in my opinion. So far it's a land pass, land pass, land pass. Looks like a control game. Nothing is really happening on both sides. Fetching for one. Surveilling. In its own turn. They both are digging for something good to present to the opponent. Simon thought that this Thoughtseize was not good enough at this point of the game. You need some, something juicy at this point. Oh, it was... The Surveil was at the end of Thanos' turn. Riddler. Something is finally happening. Draw one. It's a fatal push. Riddler disappear, end of turn. Fetching again. It's gonna probably be another Surveillant. In the meanwhile, Seaman is reminding himself what cards are in Tano hand. Undercity Sewer. We Surveil again. Keep on top. Esper Blink drew the card. Land and Overlord impended. But Seaman was prepared with a subtlety. Pitching Spell Snare. So no hard cast for this subtlety. Passing the turn. Overlord is back on top of the library. This gives Tano a good insight on Seaman hand, no real counters. Just 2 cards on Dimir. 2 cards then for Dimir. Three now. Riddler, hardcast from the exile. 1 tap land. There was no fetch for Tano, of course, because Overlord was on top. Overlord. Impended. Let's start the dance. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Getting back a Riddler, just to replenish at some point. Fetching for 1. The life total is in favor of Tano at this point. Basic planes. And Flicker Wisp, targeting the Overlord. The Overlord triggers again. Bringing back a Solitude and Seaman Conceited. Too much value on Esper Blink side. Dimir on the play, again. They both keep. Land pass for Dimir. Same for Tano. Undercity Sewer to Surveil. Keep on top for Seaman. Frog, turn 2. Always not super nice to deal with. Subtlety, pitching Riddler. Frog on top of Dimir's deck. Fetching. For Meticulous Archive, it's a Surveil. Graveyard, Witch Enchanter. Basic Swamp. Overlord, Impended. It resolves. The target for this Impended Overlord is gonna be Subtlety again. Frog. Very tough decision to how to deal with this frog at this point. Subtlety, pitching another Riddler. Overlord again. Maybe the indecision is about Solitude or the Planeswalker. Teferi is always a good choice against control. And it's Teferi indeed. One tapped land, passing the turn. Frog. For the third time. Land drop. 3 mana, Teferi. Force of Negation. That was disrupting at this point. Passing the turn. Apparently the card on top after Psychic Frog was another Psychic Frog. Because that's what's nice about the frogs, they come in pairs. Surveilling. Another frog. Graveyard this time. Apparently one frog is enough. Riddler, which along with Frog is a very sick combo. Frog discard once, Riddler draws 2. Land for turn, but Siemens skipped the turn before. 3 damages from the Frog. Drawing 2, still for the Riddler's ability. Consign to memory to avoid the Riddler to leave the battlefield at the end of the turn. Surveil again. At this point of the game, Tano has to find something very good to get rid of the 2 threats on the battlefield because they're huge. Apparently this surveil was quite difficult, but Tano kept it on top. Land. Fetching for 1. Hard-casted Riddler. The third one. Drawing 2 cards. Is it gonna be enough to block the frog? Three cards in hand for Tano. Seaman discarded on the upkeep just to draw 2 on the draw step. For mana, Kaito, hard-casted. Tapping the Riddler. Two stun counters on the Riddler. 14 at 17. Swinging for 9 at this point, which is a lot. Drawing 2 cards. Two cards in hand for Seaman. Land for turn. Apparently there's a lot to think about on Thanos' hand. Frog. Tough decision for Seaman, who probably has a counter. It's okay. Frog is on the battlefield. Then for 3, Flicker Wisp. And that's a Scald. Flicker Wisp is countered. That was too much of a big threat at this point. It could get the Riddler back online. Seaman just said that his next move is gonna be to stun the frog and attack for little. And there's nothing to do at this point. Third game. Esper Blink on the play. Before to start showing the hand. Nice. Land, pass the turn. Surveilling for Dimir Midrange. Force of negation to the graveyard. Undercity sewers. It's a survey land. Not much of a big surprise because Esper Blink doesn't have so many cards for 1 mana. It's mostly interactions. Surveil kept on top. Land, pass the turn. Thoughtseize. In response to Thoughtseize, there's a fetch. Basic planes. Doggo. Thoughtseize is still on the stack. Seaman is thinking about its subtlety. And it is subtlety. Doggo on top of the library. It's pretty difficult to deal with this hand. Thoughtseize is good, but in this case there are too many good cards to take away, and all of them can be played next turn. Overlord. Graveyard. Preordain. So at this point, Dimir is tapped out. Preordain, top, drew 1 card. Overlord, impended. Taking back Flicker Wisp. Playing 1 land. Thoughtseize again. Failure is the target for this Thoughtseize. Simon has probably some way to deal with the Flicker Wisp. Meticulous Archive to surveil again. Surveillance became a very huge thing probably since they came out. It's like too good to be able to adjust what you're gonna draw. And if you don't need it, you can put it in the graveyard, and for some deck this is huge. Esper Blink is one of those decks. Riddler on the battlefield. Draw one. Consigning the Riddler triggers to go to exile. Riddler is online. It's a very control-ish game so far. And there we go, Simon drew a frog. And we did shoot, is it shoot the sheriff? No, I'm gonna put down under what card it was. But it was dealing with the Riddler, so it was a good one. Now it's time for Tano to play the frog. Scalding, and the frog is gone. Land for turn and pass to Seaman. There's a huge clock on the battlefield that is the Overlord impended that slowly but steadily is gonna get online. Cling to Dust to remove some of the Esper Blink cards in the graveyard. This time it was actually played just to draw one card. All the surveillance from Thanos' deck are out at this point. The surveillance on top. It's at the ferry. Flicker Wisp, target Overlord. It's a counterspell. Seaman said, not today. And Frog for Seaman. Is it time for Teferi to shine? Teferi, yes. Apparently no answer for this Teferi. Oh yes, instead. Force of Negation. Seaman predicted what Tano was about to do. Because Seaman knows exactly that in Thanos End there's a prismatic ending. So yeah, apparently this is the only play available at this point. Ending the frog. End of the turn, Overlord is online. No cards in hand on both sides. Seaman wants to respond to Overlord attacking. He has a cling to dust in the graveyard and he's willing to use it. He has to do it now because he can do it in between the mill 4 and taking back a card. Once Overlord mills 4 cards, he has also to resolve the ability. So now it's the only moment when Seaman is allowed to play in that cling to dust before it gets too dirty. Frog is exiled by Cling to Dust. Flicker Wisp is the chosen card. Three mana, Flicker Wisp, targeting the Overlord. It's time to get some value at this point. It's the only way to get over the control, mid-range control deck. End of the turn. Overlord comes back and it triggers again. Riddler. Frog on Seaman's side. Five mana, Riddler. Drawing just one. Tano could have played a land at that point. Riddler swinging for 5. Taking back another Flicker Wisp. Seaman still no cards in hand. The frog flies and blocks the Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp is back in the graveyard. Seaman takes 5. Drawing 1 card, it's a Solitude. Swinging for 9. The trigger from the Overlord is consigned, but it was just a fun move on the Seaman side. And here we get to the sideboard moment, just 1 card on the Seaman side, or maybe not, maybe more. On the Esper Blink, the only sided cards were another Teferi, another copy of Teferi, and another copy of Consigned to Memory, taking out just 2 Emperor Bones, while on the Dimir Frog side, there were 3 Consigned to Memory, a removal spell, and what he took out was 1 Orcish Bowmaster, oh, okay,